So, as you will recall, we've covered this saga from its genesis to this stage, which seems like the end of the saga. Alexandra Jimenez has been stripped by the WBO. Okay, so like every other boxer in the world today, Franchon Crews-Dezurn isn't quite sure when she'll be able to return the ring. When she does, there will be at least one major title back around her waist. The World Boxing Organization, WBO, has formally stripped Alexandra Jimenez of her super middleweight title after failing to comply with a show cause order. After testing positive for a banned substance. The ruling, which was handed down on Tuesday, results in the belt making its way back to Crews-Dezurn, and their January 10th bout officially treated as a no decision. Okay, so Miss Jimenez failed to comply with the committee's order as per the show clause. Okay, so what she should have done was show a reason, show how it could be that she would have tested positive for banned substances, and she was unable to do so. Mexico's Jimenez claimed a 10-round split decision over Crews-Dezurn in their fight this January, which aired live on the Zone. I actually watched that fight. It was quite interesting. It's quite a good scrap, But the glory was short-lived, as a test sample taken and collected by officials contracted by the voluntary anti-doping agency known as VADA on the eve of the fight came back positive for the banned steroid Stanazolol. You remember Stanazolol was something they said that was in Ben Johnson's system. Ben Johnson, the Olympic 100-meter sprinter, Stanazolol. That's why I remember that name. The news made the rounds. Okay, so long story short, let's get to the pertinent points here. Right, so Crews-Dezurn, the longtime advocate for stringent drug testing, produced clean samples for every test she was required to take. Having exhausted all options, the WBO decided the time had come for an official ruling, which in the end defaulted matters back to the way they were prior to the fight. So the long shot is that, hold on, what does it say here? Jimenez is afforded one last-ditch effort, as she will have 14 days from this Tuesday, Tuesday's ruling, to file an appeal in writing. As far as the other side is concerned, the rendered decision is the right call and the final call. Justice has been served, said Oscar De La Hoya, chairman and CEO of Golden Boys. That's what he told Rafael Dawkins Combat Radio early this morning. This is the correct decision to make on behalf of the WBO to reinstate Franchon Crews-Dezurn as its super middleweight champion. It's great to see justice in action in this sport. So the WBO, in short, have reinstated Franchon, should have a picture of her up really as well, Franchon Crews-Dezurn as its super middleweight champion. Okay. David Douglas making me laugh here. As the WBO super middleweight champion.
Yeah, I got no sympathy for these drag cheats, man. I'm good on them, you know.
Yeah.
Good on them for stripping her of the belt and putting things right. I just can't stand them. They just need to bring in even stronger bans for these people, man.
100%. Too much messing around. Especially, I think it's hideous anyway, but I think it's even more hideous in contact sports. You know, if you're doing some non-contact sport, it still gives you an edge over your opponent. But when when you're dealing with contact sports, you're actually trying to, well, combat sports. You're actually trying to concuss your opponents, and so that makes it even more egregious when you're trying to concuss somebody and you've got the physical edge because you're doping and they are not. I think that makes it more egregious, Marla.
Oh, it does. It does. You're putting someone's life on the line, man. It's an incredibly selfish act. I despise them. I despise the drug cheats in boxing. It really frustrates me how they just don't have some just. You see a lot of other sports, you see swimmers get caught cheating. They're just given a 4-year ban straight away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's none of this. Oh, it was in the meat. Or how did that get in there? I'm shocked. It's in you. You tested positive for it.
Yeah.
It's on you. 4-year ban.
Yes.
And
yes.
They just got to stop pussyfooting around with because I've said this before. The cheaters at the moment in boxing, they're weighing up risk reward, and they just say, well, look, if I cheat and win, I win a title and I get potentially millions of dollars.
Yeah.
If they catch me, I'm going to get banned for 6 months and get fined a few $100,000. It's a joke. They're weighing up the risk reward, and it's worth cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
How is that guy still in the sport? It was just the most blatant cheating you've ever seen.
Blatant.
Not just one drug, 3 drugs, and he's still in the sport. It just makes a mockery of the anti-drug stance that boxing claims to take.
What was it? GW15 was one. Growth hormone was the other, and EPO. That guy had a killer cocktail in his system.
Oh, he did, man.
That guy had a kind of cocktail. Dillian White comes out with some good lines. He said, when I saw the list, he said, well, it looks like he was trying to kill him. That list is like some universal soldier shizzle.
And it was incredible.
Soldier, when they used to have them rest up in the truck and they
have a
needle in the neck when they were sleeping to help them recuperate. That was like a universal soldier cocktail.
I mean, how did he ever think he was going to get away with it?
Because he's probably been getting away with it for how long?
But I mean, was he not getting tested or
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think he'd been getting away with it for how long? And clearly, well, his actions indicate that he wasn't being tested. Or if he was being tested, then the level of the test. Oops, hit the mic. That's not good. The level of the test was not in any way effective. The tests were minimal and non-stringent. I don't know what the word for non-stringent is, but let's just say non-stringent. Yeah. Because for him to have the confidence, for Gerald Big Belly Miller to have the confidence to go into a world championship fight when he knows Joshua, or maybe he didn't believe that Joshua was being tested. Maybe he didn't believe the stories. We all know the stories when Joshua was being tested. He gets the whole battalion of tests going on. He gets a whole bunch of people. He's being tested by multiple different agencies. And maybe Jarrell Miller looked at him and said, well, he looks anybody looking like that must be on drugs. So if he's going to get away with it, I'm going to get away with it too.
Yeah, I mean, he had been getting away with it because for a long time, Jarrell, because everyone used to look at him and say, how the hell are you 300 pounds and throwing more punches per round than a guy who's 50, 60 pounds lighter than you?
Yeah.
It was so bizarre.
He was a marvel. He was a marvel.
Yeah, mate. And we know why. We know how.
We know why now. But at the time, it was like, what the hell is going on? This guy's a marvel. Absolute marvel. But he wasn't a marvel. He was just juiced to the absolute gills.
Yeah.
Absolutely juiced to the gills. That was Big Belly Miller.